Hey everyone, this is a supplemental video to the Pixel 6a review that I just released. This is just going to be looking at some display measurements using Calman software. Starting off with peak brightness, with the adaptive brightness feature turned off, and the brightness bar set to 100%. I measured 490 nits peak brightness. When I turned the adaptive brightness feature on, I shined the brightest LED flashlight I had on the camera sensor, and I measured 791 nits max brightness. And now I'm going to be showing data I collected cycling through the 3 different color settings that are available in the display settings on the Pixel 6a. So you have 3 different color settings. The first is natural, the second is boosted, and the third is adaptive. The natural and the boosted are both in the standard RGB color space. The adaptive is in the display P3 color space. So starting out with the natural color setting, you can see the gamut coverage is 99.5% for standard RGB, so it's pretty much full coverage. Looking at the grayscale for the natural color setting, it looks like they're targeting D67 for their white point. You can see the color temp is 6779K. Red and green's being pushed down a little bit, so it's a little bit cooler than D65. In the Pixel 6a's display settings, there is a night light function that you can enable that'll give the screen an amber tint. You may be wondering if that can help you achieve D65 by making the display a little warmer, but you can see here enabling the night light function makes the display too warm. It pushes blue way down and boosts red very high, so you end up with a very warm display overall. So you can use this night light function to try and ease eye fatigue, or if you're using your phone before going to bed, sometimes it helps, but you can't use it to achieve a D65 white point. And looking at 20% sweeps for the natural color setting and standard RGB, you can see overall it's very accurate with an average delta error of 1.17, max delta error of 2.09. And you can see for the color checker readings, again, a very low average delta error of 1.45, max delta error of 2.56. So overall, the natural color setting was the most accurate of the 3. Moving on to the boosted color setting, this color setting is more oversaturated than the natural color setting. You can see the gamut coverage here for standard RGB is pushed out, 114% gamut coverage. And you can see looking at the grayscale, it's pretty similar to natural. Average color temp here is 6815K, so it's a little cooler than D65 overall. And then 20% sweeps for standard RGB. You can see what I was talking about with the oversaturation. You can see that all the colors here are pushed out. They're very saturated. Overall, you see a low average delta error of 1.89. It's because pretty much for all the colors, the luminance and hue errors are low. It's just they push chroma so much in this boosted color setting. And again, with the color checker measurements, you can see it has a low delta error, but if you look at the actual colors, the chroma is pushed very high. The luminance and hue errors are pretty low. That's why you have that low delta error overall. But overall, the boosted color setting is more oversaturated than natural. You can use the setting if you prefer a more vivid, saturated look to your display. And the last color setting is adaptive. It's measured in the display P3 space. And you can see here for gamut coverage of P3, it's 85.7%. And you can see for grayscale for the adaptive color setting, average color temp is 6737. So again, they're targeting D67 for their white point. And you can see in the 20% saturation sweeps for the P3 color space, an average delta error of 2.71. And for the color checker readings, the average delta error is 2.7, but the natural was the most accurate overall with an average delta error of 1.45. But that's about it for the measurements I took for these 3 color settings. If you have any questions on these measurements, you can ask in the comments below, and you can see the full Pixel 6a review here. That's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.